Hello, I wanted to talk about another game, and this time it's Deathtrap. The game is set in an alternative dimension that's called Ink. Here you will have to defend various strongholds against the monsters that will follow a certain path through the map and ideally will be destroyed by your towers or yourself. Deathtrap is officially a tower defense / action RPG. It combines tower defense elements with an RPG. This idea is, if I had to guess, inspired by Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3 is an RTS / RPG game. It combines both elements. It had a very creative community that made a lot of custom maps that combined certain aspects of the game, like the static defense would be used for very many tower defense games, and they added RPG elements to these tower defense games too, but they also tried to use the RTS part of the game on auto and have you only control the heroes, the RPG part of the game, which led to a new game type which is now known as MOBA, Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. They also had some good MOBAs in Warcraft 3, and then it developed to things like League of Legends. There is also some other wild combination, like combining a tower defense game with Mario Party, or to be more precise, some sort of wild mix between tower defense and Takeshi's Castle. You can create 3 types of character. There is the mage, which I'll use. There is a melee character and a ranger. They all use different types of equipment and especially weapons. The mage uses a staff and the warrior has various melee weapons. Also the ranger uses a bow or crossbow. In this game you can develop 2 things. One thing is your character, of course, which can be equipped like in every other RPG game, with wings, armor and of course other parts of clothing. And then she can get some special gems, or runes in this case, that enhance her traps she is using in the game. To get better equipment you can use the crafting options. Here you can get these emerald, topaz, ruby and diamond resources and use them to craft certain objects. You can get these things by salvaging certain things you found. If I salvage this one, I can get 3 to 4 topaz. There's a more traditional way, of course, to get your equipment. It's just buy something in the store. And like every store in every RPG game, the store only has junk you never needed. Sad, but that's how these stores work in every RPG game. I wonder why. Your character also can skill. There are different kind of skills, like the combat skills, which are the individual combat skills for your character, if the character wants to defeat the monsters itself. And also available are a few trap skills, which may just be there to upgrade the damage certain traps can do, but also active skills that could help you boost your traps even more. There are more global skills for the world itself, like this one that increases your starting essence. Essence is used on the map to build towers. If you have enough essence, you can build more towers. The other thing you can develop is your traps themselves. You have different kinds of traps or trap slots on the maps. There are ground slots, there are tower slots, and there are summoning slots which are also on the ground. These slots can be used to create towers, or traps in this case, and you can choose which ones you want to develop over the course of the game. You can decrease levels too, but this would cost you gold. It just means you don't have to be too precise. You can choose something, try something out, and then change it back to something else. You gain research points for your traps by completing maps. You need to get these stars to get research points. It's not needed to get all stars to reach the next level. You can just have a 1-star victory, but you should get as many stars as you can, so you can upgrade your traps. The regular rounds are shown like this. You can see here on which difficulty setting you have played and how many stars you have reached there. Here I could at least get 2 more stars if I played on level 4 in the hard mode, which we won't do now. There's also these extra rounds where you could get more gold or more items for your character, or just level him in some way so he gets stronger. In the beginning of a round you can see which towers you can place and which are the path of the opponents. This red line here is the path your opponents will follow. If you look at the map, you can see where the opponents will spawn in this round, and they will only spawn on this place, so... Oh, and on the other 2 places too, I stand corrected. Which means you need to have some traps to make sure they will be stopped. You can also look at this and see what exactly is there in these hordes. They are flying monsters, which means you need to be careful how many ground traps you build. Ground traps will only attack ground opponents, of course. So there's no chance you will win the game with just ground traps. As it's normal for these games, fire will have some kind of splash effect and ice will have some kind of slow effect. It's also pretty useful to upgrade your towers. You can upgrade your towers if you have used enough points on the tower in your tower upgrade sheet.
I'm so proud of these traps. I'm running out of essence.
Well, this is unfortunate. After you placed your towers, you can then begin the first round. But be careful, you can't stop the game afterwards. They will come wave after wave. You have to be
I'm ready.
As we can see, there's only one opponent and it's somewhere in the middle. So I need to go there if I want to shoot at it. There are more on that side. And I need to help my towers gain control over this situation. Now I don't have many towers on the upper path, so I need to go there too. I can use my skills and my normal attack. But I have to be careful because these people, they attack me too. Always keep an eye on the map so nothing gets past your defenses. And think about it, the last defense you have is you. In conclusion, it's an interesting idea for a game. Tower defense games are kind of fun, but it gets repetitive very fast. This has also a multiplayer option, which doesn't seem to work anymore because I guess the servers are offline. It could be the first MOTA, you know, multiplayer online tower defense arena, but I don't think it did catch on.